You could have anxiety just from drinking soda and eating Pop-Tarts. I went over to my mother-in-law's
Yep.
and she still has Pop-Tarts in her pantry. I'm like,
Oh God.
what the heck is a Pop-Tart? So I look at I ate that as a kid. So I
Yeah.
look at the ingredient list and there's like 3 different types of corn syrup in there. It's like
Oh
corn
my
syrup.
God.
It's like corn syrup solids, which is, guess what? That's fructose. You've got high fructose corn syrup, so there's
Right.
more fructose, and then
Right.
you've got like another corn syrup added in there somewhere on, and then on top of that is you've got enriched wheat, and there was some like BHT and bunch of other preservatives in there. I mean, so people will say, "Oh, well, I'm not drinking soda." But if you're eating Pop-Tarts, that's just as bad. You're still getting high fructose corn syrup. I mean, high fructose corn syrup is in every processed thing ever. You go to the restaurant, you go get a grass-fed burger and you get sweet potato fries, but then you do the standard ketchup on the table. That ketchup is high fructose corn syrup. So then you're in the same boat again.
I know. And then we're not even talking about, the high fructose corn syrup primarily comes from corn. So if it's not organic, you're getting glyphosate, which is Roundup residue. And then also there's some data that a lot of the processing of high fructose corn syrup conventionally involves mercury preservatives. Then there's potential mercury exposure that you're getting too. So you have mercury and Roundup, and then you have the inflammation by decreasing the nitric oxide, which vasodilates. So we have a couple of different mechanisms that are really throwing us downhill.
Yeah, people are saying, okay, well, why are you on a tangent about ketchup and high fructose corn syrup? How does this relate to anxiety? Well, because it's creating inflammation, and the inflammation makes your blood pressure go up. And when your blood pressure goes up, you feel anxious. You can feel flushed. You can feel like
Yes.
your throat's closing. You can feel chest tightness. You can get tremors or
Yes.
palpitations. Like when your blood pressure's up, trust me, I've had it from personal experience. It does not feel good to have high blood pressure, even if it's just
Exactly.
temporary. So I'll just start with my personal experience. And I don't know if you experience much anxiety. I don't think you've ever really said, hey, I've had anxiety, but I definitely did when I had gut infections, when I had H. pylori, when I had parasites, when I had bacterial overgrowth, when I had candida overgrowth. I mean, I had kind of a quadruple whammy that I really think stemmed from me doing
Right.
a round of antibiotics after I got my wisdom teeth and my 12-year molars extracted. I had a round of antibiotics after both of those procedures. I think that's what led to the candida, and then probably start to tear away my gut barrier. And then I ended up getting leaky gut situation. You go swimming in Barton Springs a few times, you swallow some creek water, you get some parasites down in your gut, and then all of a sudden everything falls apart and you're anxious for no reason. So that was at least my story, my initial experience with anxiety, because I'm not an anxious person by nature, but that made me anxious when I had those gut bugs.
Totally makes sense. I mean, gut health is so important because all of your nutrients get absorbed through your gut. So, just to kind of review physiology, because we want to connect the physiology and the biochemistry to why you feel the way you feel. That way, you're not just taking doctor's orders, you're understanding how these things are working.